Hi everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, bringing your life in alignment with you. And I'm here today to do your weekly guidance reading for this week of January 13th through the 19th. So we just had the full moon in Cancer, and we just had a bunch of major planetary conjunctions going on. So there could have been a lot of emotional stuff coming up, or some just really triggering things that have kind of shifted our perspective and our experience. So it sounded like there was a lot of shifting going on for the week before. And now we're continuing to move forward. Here pretty soon we're going to be shifting into the sign of Aquarius, which is the humanitarian. It's going to feel more airy, and we're really starting to get deeper into winter as it's getting colder, but we're also getting more sunlight. It's getting closer to spring. So we're kind of starting to feel like that burden is sort of being lifted off from us. So we'll go ahead and move into your reading. I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot this week, and then we've got some animal medicine, some crystal energy, how we can connect with our light, and some affirmations that can help us throughout the week. So wherever you are, just rounding into the reading and being open to the messages, because this is a general reading. So however this shows up for you, it can manifest in many different ways. So coming from the tarot, first we have the Mother of Cups, or the Queen of Cups. So this is someone who's really in touch with their intuition, someone who's really emotionally balanced, a very feminine, etheric queen, someone who's very mysterious and very understanding of all the inner workings around her world. She's very closely related to the High Priestess, which was a card that we had last week. So maybe you're starting to really tap into those gifts now. You're really starting to trust yourself more. More things are kind of coming to light that were in the shadows before. So maybe you're just really starting to actually command things. You're starting to have your power over this. I see this as someone who's kind of looking into the depths and commanding their power and really saying, this is how I want to lead. This is how I'm going forward in my life. I'm flowing this way. I have this power within. So we could be tapping into that energy this week. And so the second card, we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So the Seven of Cups kind of has to do with illusions and all of these choices, all of these aspects around us. But with it being in the reverse, you've kind of finally either made this decision. I see this as with the Queen of Cups, you've taken that cup, that upright cup, you've finally selected your path. You know where you're going. You're being guided by your highest intuition or by your spirit guides to make this move forward. Whatever path you've decided to go on, it is towards your higher good. It's moving towards the sun. So you're being really empowered to continue to move along that path this week. And this could be something that's really new for you. You could kind of still feel maybe a little bit in the dark about it. Or for some of you, you maybe are kind of resisting making this decision. You're kind of stalling as much as you can, even though you know in your heart what it is that's best for you. You're kind of feeling hesitant about moving forward in this decision. You're questioning whether this is really something you want, and you're falling into those illusions of whether this is going to be, how do I like to say this, that we either make the right or wrong decision, where in and of itself, any decision we make that propels us forward is going to have its own lessons. So there's no right or wrong answer. So being more trusting in where the path is going to take you. And I would say this is someone who's very trusting of their gut feelings. So having more trust in yourself and the path that you're about to embark on. Right, and for our last card in the tarot, we have the Son of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, in the reverse. So normally this is someone who's very fast-paced, very forward movement, someone who can be kind of piercing with their words, very forthcoming. And so this could be something that you're still waiting on some clarity from. Maybe you were hoping for some sort of message of truth, or somebody to give you guidance on which direction to go. And this is more so coming from your own inner clarity. This is something that you have to make a decision for yourself, something that is more fulfilling for your highest good, and something that's also empowering for you. Not being led by fear, not making a hasty decision based off of something that, you have all these options weighing against you, and you think that by ignoring your inner call, what's really going to be good for you, that, you'll be benefiting others, or you'll be helping the situation. But if you kind of lie to yourself and don't really have this inner clarity, you're going to kind of be doing everybody a disservice. So finding that clarity for yourself, not relying on the outside world to come rushing in and give you that message of truth, because sometimes things aren't that direct in our lives, and we have to make these decisions for ourselves. So don't be afraid to take that first leap forward and go with your own true intuition. Okay, so moving into, we have a couple animal cards this week. So the first one we have is the squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. So yeah, believe in your gifts. Believe in, whoops, dropped it there. Believe in your gifts. Believe in your own inner strength. Believe that you have your own sovereignty. Since these are cups related, this could potentially have to do with a relationship. Something that you are separating yourself from, that you're trying to cut these ties, and this could either be familial or a love relationship potentially, that this is just something that isn't fulfilling. And so you're worried about hurting others around you, hurting your family, hurting your loved ones. But if it's something that is kind of dimming you down and making you feel all kind of muddled in the brain and not really sure if you're actually aligning with your highest truth, then now is really the time to get that clarity and believe in your own strengths, knowing that you always have this supply that you've stored away from all of your experience over the years, and that you can call on that to say, is this really in alignment with what I want, or do I need to make a decision to move towards something more fulfilling? And for our second animal, we have the cow spirit in protection. So miracles are endless. So when the cow is in the protection, it talks about really tapping into that self-love. Like, are you, where are you giving all your attention away with either social media or food or all of these things? What are you indulging in? This could also be a card of indulgence. You've kind of been living in these fantasies of what's good for you. So you've been not eating the right foods. You haven't had the right people around. You have not been exercising or doing the things that are supposed to be good for you. And instead, you're kind of just choosing to live in the dark and not take that cup forward and do something that is more emotionally fulfilling for yourself. So this talks about, with miracles being endless, you can start to see the small changes once you kind of shift that perspective into self-care, into choosing self-love over anything else. And I can see this also as someone who, with this Knight of Swords in the reverse, this could also be a negative energy of someone who's manipulating you, either verbally or emotionally, and they are kind of keeping you cut down from your true power. They're keeping you cut off from this source. And so this is saying to really believe in yourself and trust in your own processes. Trust that even if you don't think that there's anything better, that the miracles are always around. All you have to do is start with self-love, and then things will begin to manifest in that way. All right, so we have quite a few crystals this week. So I'm going to just kind of go one by one. So the first one we have is Sodalite of New Vision. So Sodalite really works with third eye energy, since it's that really deep indigo color. And it helps us with when we're trying to create something new, when we've kind of moved along this new path, when we've chosen a new direction. Sometimes we kind of just have to imagine what it would be like when we don't really know how to navigate things. We have to just kind of, not necessarily pretend, but kind of really embody what it would be like to live in this new way. So we actually just, even though we don't know what we're doing, we just kind of go along with it, and we trust in ourselves more. We believe that we have this power to move through this new situation. And the second card we have is Green Calcite, Letting Go. So yeah, some of you, this could be a cutting out. You're cutting something out of your life that is really toxic. This can be people, things, or ideas, toxic self-destructive patterns. So you're letting go of something, or you need kind of this self-love of letting go, because with this green color, that is represented in the heart chakra. So we really need to focus on letting something go that is weighing us down, that's making us feel heavy in the heart. So really practice that self-love. That letting go is easy to say, but it's a process. It doesn't happen immediately. But the more we choose something that's loving towards ourselves, the easier it will start to get, and our path will become that much clearer. Okay, and then we have Botswana Agate, Breathe. So there could be a lot of anxiety for some of you. This could be something that's really kind of getting you stuck in your head. So doing breathing meditation, something that's really good for the breath and getting you focused on that, like yoga, or there's even just breath work or pranayama that you can work with to kind of clear out old energies. So just taking a deep breath, maybe even taking a pause, because we're wanting to kind of force something to happen maybe, and we're just not, we're kind of worried how this is all going to turn out. And instead of just sitting in the moment and taking all of the messages, we may need to just breathe. And it even feels good to just do that for a moment. So whenever you catch yourself in this week being really tense, or you're getting anxiety from thinking about all this, just take a few moments to pause and set off and breathe. Okay, and then our last card, we have the Ruby, Spiritual Warrior. So yeah, kind of picking up that sword and claiming your power. Cutting out anything that's been toxic, getting your own clarity in, and especially I can see the Queen of Cups as a really spiritual warrior, because she is connected to the spiritual. She's connected to the etheric realms of the feminine, the bodies of water. She really is connected to that part of her spirit that speaks true, and she's unafraid to embody that. She's unafraid to show that part of herself to the world, because she's so strong in her knowing of who she really is. And so when you're being a spiritual warrior, you have to be completely authentic with yourself. And I see some kind of like root chakra energy really coming up. So trying to kind of let go of this fear. Fear is one of the demons of the root chakra. It's really what kind of imbalances that, because it's our stability, it's our security. So when you start to feel more secure in yourself and you embody this really just like grounded sense of self, you will start to gain more of that clarity and more of that self-love as well, because you'll be unaccepting of anything that makes you feel that way again. So probably a lot of grounding this week, grounding in yourself, and also kind of reflecting on what is it that you believe in. What are your aspirations and your beliefs, or your, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word right now. It'll come to me. But basically, your kind of what you practice in the world, your morals, things like that, what you want to see more of in the world. So learning to kind of fully embody that, and more of what you do want will start to come in, and you'll be able to release and realize that I don't need this anymore. All right, and then moving into, we have a couple of working your light oracles. So the first one we have is Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. So yeah, the Mother of Cups is definitely really a priestess energy. We're coming back to that high priestess. So, the mystics and the teachers, they dedicated themselves to the beauty in the world and devoting themselves to the good in the world. So how can you devote yourself more to the light in the world? How can you come more into alignment with teaching your truth? Because that is part of our light work. We each have our own thing to come and teach to the world. So how can you really embody that and be more devoted to being loving towards yourself and others? And then for the second one, we have the Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So like Mother Mary, again, coming back to this believing in yourself and being more nurturing. Like cows are very like nurturing, like mothers and things like that. So how can you, if you maybe do have children in the mix, thinking of how can you embody that for yourself and your children, because that will benefit everyone. The more you mother yourself, the more beneficial it will be around this energy as well. Okay. And then coming into our affirmations or energy that can help us throughout the week. First, we have the body. Show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. So, for some of you, this could have been someone, if this is another person involved, someone was really cutting down on your self-confidence, in your beauty, whether you're male or female. Somebody was really cutting you down, making you feel like you are not this divine being or this person that is worth love. And so they've really, either they said things about you that were like emotionally manipulative or just like verbally abusive, that they were just cutting down your spirit. And so now you're kind of not feeling that confident in yourself. You're not feeling that grounded. So, accepting where you're at, this is a big part of just accepting your body as it is. Maybe some of you were trying to change yourselves, your appearance for this person because you thought that was the right thing to do. This could be familial as well. Maybe you had family that was just not accepting of you as you are. And so, definitely, accepting where you're at and also taking the steps to always be better in whatever way, to be more nurturing to yourself. However that is, if it's like, if you're eating too little or you're eating too much, how can you bring that in to be more self-loving and not trying to overcompensate for something? Or if you're getting enough sleep, too much sleep or too little sleep. These are different questions that you can ask yourself to see where you actually feel in alignment with. All right, and then our last card we have is Ambition. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Please use me for the highest good. So, again, not letting this energy cut you down, finding that clarity, really believing in yourself, and pushing forward along that path, taking the lead of your life, and trusting that it is meant for your highest good, even if it's something you haven't experienced before. You have the drive and the ambition to keep you propelling towards something that is going to be so valuable in your life and in others' lives, because you will be living your truth and you will be offering your most genuine gift to the world. So don't be afraid to Listen to those inner longings, to really feel fulfilled in what you do, because whatever this was before was kind of keeping you in that place of complacency, and that you were just kind of filling everybody else's needs and not your own. So now is the time to take that step and move forwards in your own direction. Okay. All right, I think that's all I have to say. That was kind of a long one today. I will be posting pictures of these cards if you want to take a closer look. If that really resonated with you and you want to get a personal reading to look into even more, you can reach out to me on my website at catalystholisticarts.com, and we can book a private reading. I do readings either in person, over the phone, or video chat, whatever is comfortable for you. So even if you don't live here in Montana, I can still work with you. And I am still doing my 2020 readings, so if that is also something that is interested in you, I can do those over the phone, Skype, whatever as well. So I am available to everyone. If you really liked that and you really want to share it with people, please do. Send it to whoever. You can comment or let me know how that really resonated. I like to hear stories or experiences from that. So yeah, I think that is everything for today. So have a great week, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much.